Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin was reunited with his team ahead of their wild-card matchup with Miami on Sunday. Hamlin watched the game from home as his teammates won a nail-biter over the Dolphins to keep their Super Bowl hopes alive. ABC's Trevor Alt has the latest.
On 1st and 10 to the end zone. Oh, it's Gabe Davis!
The Buffalo Bills notching another win for number 3 after Damar Hamlin reunited with his teammates for the first time Saturday, seen at the Bills facility in this Instagram photo from linebacker Matt Milano.
It brought smiles and happy tears to everybody in the building.
There's a big line of guys ready to love up on him.
I got my hug, though. I know that.
Hamlin tweeted he was focusing on his recovery, celebrating his team's win from home Sunday.
For the touchdown, James Cook.
The Bills heavy favorites against the Miami Dolphins, who were playing without quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. The Dolphins fought back from behind.
And this game is tied.
The Bills played just well enough to advance.
Buffalo is still here.
And their best football might even be ahead of them.
Now the Bills are set to face off against the Bengals once again after this fumble with the Ravens at the 1-yard line turned into a 98-yard touchdown for Cincinnati, sealing their victory. The last Bills and Bengals game was, of course, canceled after Damar Hamlin's cardiac arrest. The teams are ready for a rematch.
I think now that everyone has the news that he's doing a lot better, it makes us all feel a lot better about playing football.
The wild-card weekend packing plenty of excitement. The San Francisco 49ers blowing out the Seattle Seahawks, and the Jacksonville Jaguars with a stunning 27-point comeback to beat the LA Chargers. And last night, the New York Giants upsetting the Minnesota Vikings.
Barkley, what an effort, and he is in. Touchdown, New York.
And we still have one more wild card round battle tonight, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and what could potentially once again be Tom Brady's final game in the NFL. Diane?
All right, Trevor Alt, and that game is tonight at 8 Eastern on ABC and ESPN. Again, our thanks to Trevor and the team. Congrats to them. And I want to bring in ABC News contributor and USA Today columnist Christine Brennan for more on this. Christine, nice to see you. Damar Hamlin made his first appearance back at the Bills facility. What a moment. How significant do you think his presence is to both that team and the community?
Very significant, Diane. To think that 14 days ago, 2 weeks ago, the Bills were preparing for that game. The injury hadn't even happened yet, the incident that horrified the nation and everyone being so concerned for so many days about Damar Hamlin. That's less than 2 weeks ago from right this moment. And to think he's been transferred from, of course, Cincinnati, the hospital there, did such a great job, to Buffalo and then home. And he visited with his teammates, as you reported on Saturday, did not go to the game Sunday, but watched and tweeted and Instagrammed about it. It's remarkable. And for sure, the Bills, this is a Cinderella story. They wanted to keep going. Now, they almost lost that game against a Miami team that was not expected to play well at all in Buffalo. So the Bills are going to have to up their game big time against the Bengals. They will be hosting the Bengals, so it is a rematch, but it's in a different location. It's not in Cincinnati. It's in Buffalo. Obviously, the Bills love playing at home.
And that's a rematch because the last game was canceled due to Hamlin's injury. That's when it all happened. So how important is it that both of these teams can play this game now knowing that Damar Hamlin is out of the hospital and recovering at home?
This is such a positive story. What it could have been. Of course, we were so concerned, the horrors of what could have happened. And to think of how the story has flipped 180 degrees to be such a positive, of course, thankfully, first and foremost, for Damar Hamlin, for this human being, 24 years old, his entire life ahead of him, whether he plays football or not. That, to me, that doesn't matter at all. He's alive and he seems to be okay and getting better. So, yes, now that he is okay, the storyline goes back to football. And boy, oh boy, did this nation want to embrace football again. I mean, the NFL, as we've talked many times, Diane, is our most popular league, TV ratings, whatever, through the roof. It is our national pastime. And with these games, so many of them interesting, so many young stars coming up, new names, new teams coming back into the playoff picture. The nation showed how much it loves football, and it was wonderful that love of football could be unleashed, that you didn't have to have in the back of your mind, oh my goodness, is Damar Hamlin okay? He is okay, and people could go back to cheering their teams and enjoying the games, and thankfully not having to worry about this young man anymore.
Meanwhile, Christine, the Dolphins were without their starting quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, after he suffered another concussion on Christmas Day. Now, his previous injury had already forced the NFL to re-examine its protocol. So where does this leave the league and Tua's future in the NFL?
It's a really good question. I was just looking this up, Diane, that he and Damar Hamlin, Tua and Damar Hamlin, were born 3 weeks apart in March of 1998. They're both so young. At 24 years old, they'll turn 25 this spring. And so the notion, Tua had 2 concussions that we know about this year. Earlier in the season, 2 incidents within 4 or 5 days, and then, of course, this one right around Christmas. I would be very worried for him. The reports are that he will come back, that he'll be cleared to play next year. Is that really what he wants and what everyone should want for him? Obviously, there's the football part of it. Everyone wants to see him play. He's a great player. The Dolphins are obviously much better with him. But the concerns for CTE and what we see when these football players become 50 and 60 years old, and the issues that they've had, and of course the suicides, I mean, the tragedy, absolute tragedy, you have to wonder what the storyline will be for him and what the right decision will be for him.
A lot of people watching that story very closely. Christine Brennan, thank you.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.